This will be a part two of part one due to my absolutely bereft editing qualities. Back to the cortisol, amnesia, noradrenaline, and adrenaline hit. Our bodies are extremely sensitive when we're young, and essentially when these secretions are accumulated in a child, it performs an act no different to a drug, and it opens up neurotransmitters and also receptors that otherwise would remain dormant unless there was living or a death threat in action in front of it. So what happens is that when a child can't internally regulate its system, these drugs, which is basically what they are, they're organic, human-made drugs. And the child is constantly receiving a bump via the environment. Every time that child receives a bump, it dislocates from self. And every time that child dislocates from self, it's stuck in a trauma state that it can't regulate, which in turn will create the chemicals of the frozenness of a mind experience that can't be related as a body one by security. So essentially, a lot of kids who've been in traumatic situations are born addicts. You know, you say people are born alcoholics with a bottle under their nose. Well, I'd say the same applies here in terms of trauma and the chemical reaction to an unhealthy environment for extended periods of time. Eventually, what really happens with these children is with repeated offence, they will continue the behaviour as if the other shoe's going to drop the whole time, thereby keeping their body on high alert and remaining in a survival mode, which is both deleterious to their growth. It's really bad for the immune system. The body's under constant stress. Solar plexus isn't working properly. May cause a lot of heart arrhythmia, definitely a hell of a lot of anxiety, and also a dependence on the outer world for direction due to the fact that the chemicals also affect their own navigation system through a lack of confidence. No different to a drug addict, they lose inner direction through repeated use. But unfortunately, what we don't understand is we live in a society where many unconscious parents who haven't done their work, predacious parents also, and worry warts all project their experience onto and into their child, consciously or unconsciously, and largely unconsciously, because if they haven't done their work, they're not conscious. So, and the child learns through that language because that's the only language that they're exposed to early on. And children don't listen to words so much as vibration early on. The words come later. And a lot of the words that are used in a situation of a child being traumatized will be the introjected parent's scorn or fear or resentment, which becomes personalized once again through repetition and becomes more about the child than about the parent's words, thereby creating another level of insecurity where one would want to be receiving the nurture and the reflection. One is receiving the reflection of the elder by frequency, and that is dysregulating the nervous system in itself. We look at our parents from very young for security and safety, and we're pretty hyper vigilant to that, the less they are, in fact. And this is the nervous system acclimatizing to the environment and being hyper vigilant to something they can't really affect. All they can do is try and protect themselves from it through pattern recognition, through staying in the head and trying to stay away from the body anytime the emotions come around, because the person that's usually dishing the control or the discipline is the one that they can't run to, and the child already knows that by instinct.